friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I have been recently thinking about the future of the game and what is next. For the month of June, the login character is none other than Farm Boy Luke. Now, I said in my last video that I really wanted to get Farm Boy Luke up. Unfortunately, I have him to 7-star now. I've just got to focus on gearing him. But for those of you who don't have Farm Boy Luke, this is a great opportunity to farm him, to level him up as far as stars. But one of the things that I was thinking about is typically with login characters, you see a purpose, you see a reason. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. As we saw with April, and we don't have any reason to have Treya. Now, in the past, this has been a topic or a way that they've introduced new characters. They've introduced new vehicles via a login character. They say, hey, this is something. It's hinting towards something bigger later on this month. Now, that, in and of itself, you're like, okay, well, it's just Farm Boy Luke, whatever. But then they introduced this new Y-Wing, right? Now, this isn't this galactic chase that we're on at the moment, at the making of this video, is essentially for this new meta-defining ship. Now, we have known that they need to introduce more and more ships, especially if they're going to be introducing a raid, which we'll talk about here in a moment. But they need to introduce more. Now, this new ship, which is good at 4-star, or reports indicate that it's good at 4-star, what does that mean? Coupled with the idea that Farm Boy Luke is coming as this next month's login character. In and of itself, I've been thinking quite a bit, and it got me to go back and skim through The Empire Strikes Back. Now, The Empire Strikes Back is an interesting film. If you look at the characters, the main characters in the movie, we have most of them. We have most of those characters in the game. They are Han, Leia, Luke, Rolo, Captain Han, R2, C-3PO, Chewie, Lando, Ugnaught, Lobot, Vader, Boba, Snowtrooper, Veer, Stark, Stormtrooper. All of those show up in one form or another in The Empire Strikes Back. But as I was watching it, the one thing that stood out to me is that throughout the film, Luke is typically wearing his Red 5 jumpsuit, his flight suit, right? And one of the things that a lot of people have asked for is a Red 5 flight suit. Now, what got me thinking about this is not only was it Neb's comment from the Escape podcast, but when I was making my last video, I was thinking about Rebel characters that I don't have built up, and Reg and Wedge and Biggs and Wedge were two of my characters that I don't have geared very high. Now, I've long since believed that they're going to initially, like, as they've brought in different characters and they've given like kind of sub tags, as in like you've got Rebels, then you've got Phoenix, and you've got Rogue One, it would make sense for them to throw out a red team, Red Squadron. That would be freaking cool. Maybe not in characters, but in ships. Now, we already have Red Squadron ships in the game outside of Luke's, because we don't have Luke in the red flight suit. Now, that would be awesome. That would be super cool to get Luke in the red flight suit, to get him all, geared up, and it would be great. Then to have his X-Wing be added to the game. We have a number of X-Wings, just reskin one, give it some different abilities. I say that like it's simple. I'm not a coder, so I don't actually know, but I think it's very possible if they are pushing towards a ship raid, or, as I believe, a raid with a ship feature in it, then they're going to need something bigger and better and different, right? They're going to need more ships for sure, especially if that raid is a original era raid. If it's a raid on the Death Star, which would make the most sense, they're going to need more ships, right? Now, if we are getting Red 5 as a character in the game, we have to ask ourselves, how is Red 5 going to be introduced? As I mentioned, we have a lot of those original characters on both Rebel and Empire teams. So how are we going to get this new character. Will he come as a Marquee? It's very possible. It is very possible that we could get Red 5 as a Marquee. We could, however, get something else. Now, in my mind, I don't think that it's going to be something like a Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan event. I don't think it's going to be something like that. And I definitely don't think he's going to come as a Galactic Legend. I think we're still going to be waiting on new Galactic Legends for some time. He could come as a Legendary event. He could come as a Hero's Journey. He could come as some deviation of the two of those. If he comes as a Hero's Journey, then think about the characters that you're going to need. Rolo, Captain Han, R2-D2, 3PO, probably Chewie, Lando, Ugnaught, Lobot, probably, and most definitely Yoda. That would make sense if we're getting Red 5 as a Hero's Journey. Now, if you do get him as a Hero's Journey, and this is a Hero's Journey like unto the others, you're going to need all of those characters, maybe even CLS, Gear 10 to Gear 12, with Zetas in tow. If this is a legendary character, then we have to flip the script, because legendary characters usually have an opposing team being used against the team that you're going to get it. So if you look at 3PO, Ewoks. If you look at BB-8, it's the First Order. If you look at all of those other characters, it's the opposing. So you would need an Empire team. Now this is where I think we might actually get a Red 5 as a legendary character, because he would be good. He wouldn't be mythic level as in like Jedi Knight Revan good. He wouldn't be Galactic Legends good, but he would be good. He would be really freaking good. Something to the point of like being able to bullseye Womp Rats on the back of his T-15. I'm just saying. If that's the case, what characters would you need? Well, Empire, of course. That just makes the most sense. But specifically, I think you would need Vader, quite possibly Boba Fett, Snowtrooper, Veers, Stark, Stormtrooper, Imperial Probe Droid, or TIE Pilot. You could go with the whole Imperial Trooper faction. But since the Imperial Trooper faction is kind of all over the old era, I don't necessarily know that you would need different ones. I think you would need some very specific ones, right? It would be cool to see Imperial Troopers, right? With Veers and Stark, seeing as how they were part of that whole Battle of Hoth, it would make sense. Vader, Boba, Snowtrooper, I could totally see if they go legendary. I don't know, guys. Like, this could be really cool. But again, I think it's very possible that you could see Red 5 coming to the game. I think it's very possible that we could see that Luke added, and either added as a Hero's Journey or a legendary event. As it is, what do you guys think? Do you think he's coming? If he is coming, how? And if he is coming as a legendary Hero's Journey, which characters do you think we're going to need? Or is he coming as a Marquee? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. In the section below, you can find two links. One for a free Audible subscription. You sign up, you help the channel, you get some awesome free books, right? You get each for 1 month, it's a free subscription. You get one book plus two audio books that are like Audible originals. That's 3 books total, and it's free if you sign up for the 1 month. If you stay a member, it's, you know, however much you want to pay. Leave within a month, it's all yours. You keep the books, and it's all yours. If you want to help the Going Nerdy group, which is me, check out my swag store, where you will find a t-shirt that says Order 66 was an inside job, because of course it was. It was inside the brains. But sign up. It's a cool t-shirt. Even if you can't help the channel financially, like, subscribe, share this video. Most importantly, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.